say you got mountains, you can move all of those big waves in your ocean. I'm the lighthouse to bring you home. I'm the maker of the atlas. I navigate all the roads. You can follow my footsteps. I know the way to go. When the sun goes down and the path you found goes hollow, and the dreams you dream lost steam, it's hard to breathe. They say hold your head, don't fret, hope for tomorrow. And the reasonings get lost amongst the leaves. He said follow me, come on follow me. You know I just want to be your everything. He said follow me, come on follow me. When you're lost we touch your hand, I'll take the lead. He said follow me. Ever need a candle? I'll burn through the night for you. Ain't nothing I can't handle. Don't let it burden you. And it never was a gamble. When I bet it all for you. When you get into a tangle, I'm here to pull you through. When the sun goes down and the path you found goes hollow, and the dreams you dream lost steam, it's hard to breathe. They say hold your head, don't fret, hope for tomorrow. And the reasonings get lost amongst the leaves. He said follow me, come on follow me. You know I just want to be your everything. He said follow me, come on follow me. When you're lost we touch your hand, I'll take the lead. He said follow me.
welcome to ZEKI Online. This episode is going to start any minute now, but just before we do, a couple of house rules for you guys. If you're under the age of 13, YouTube guidelines state that you have to have an adult watching this video with you. That's their rules and not ours, and so if you're under the age of 13, grab a parent, grab an adult to watch this live stream with you. Rule number 2, we will never ask for any of your personal details on the live comments chat. And so if somebody on the live comments asks for your personal details, don't give them away. We will never ask for your personal details on that live comments section. And rule number 3, the live comments chat is for fun, and so don't be tearing down other people, don't be kind of throwing out abuse to other people, keep your language clean, but have some fun on it. Chat to each other, chat to us as we're live streaming, we'll chat to you as we're live streaming, but use the comments for good and not to tear other people down. But yeah, we're going to start in a couple of minutes.
Hello.
Hello.
Are we here? Hello, everybody. Welcome to ZEKI Online. Oh, it's the lights. I thought we'd put up a new blue curtain. That was really weird. I was like, oh, how did I not realise that? There we go. Welcome. Who have we got today? I can't actually see.
I know we have Esther and Abigail.
Abigail. Hi,
Thomas.
Thomas. Anthony.
Me.
Esther. Play J1. I don't know
Is
who
this
Play
Fred?
J1 is. I've never met Play J1.
Is this Fred or the other one from last week?
Fred or the other one.
I can't remember the other name. All I
let
remember is
us
Fred.
know if your name is Fred or if it's not what your name is.
And Fitz and Jackie.
Fitz and Jackie. Nice. What's everyone been up to this week? What have you done this week?
School.
Nice. Oh yeah, obviously.
I had 2 tests on Wednesday.
Did you? What were they for? What subjects?
English, and then the second one was reading. It was boring.
Oh, what did you have to read?
I don't know.
Was it one of them where you've got to like read it and then you've got to answer questions about what you've read?
I think that was the English one.
Okay.
The reading one, you had to do like shading in a box.
Shading
You read
in
like a
box.
small extra, and then they give you questions, and then you shade in the box for the answer.
Ooh, I never got shading in
Joe.
boxes. Joe.
I'll try and remember Joe.
We've got Joe. Okay, so it's not Fred.
No, Fred.
Is
Is
Fred
this
joining us? That's the real question. Is Fred gonna be here? Because I've heard there was lots of new people last week, and I missed all of them. All of them I missed. There we go.
Adam or Fred.
My next question is, what's everyone had for tea? That's my next question. What did you have for tea, Hannah?
Like cheesy mash, some sausages, and then like this bean thing.
Like baked beans, kind of beans, or
No, it was like a beans mixed with like chopped tomatoes and
ooh,
sauce.
that sounds good. That sounds quite nice.
No, I haven't coloured
Coloured
it.
your hair. It does look quite dark, actually. I wonder if it's our new fancy lights. Did we have these last week? The fancy lights?
No,
No, were they not here?
don't think so.
Oh, there we go.
I just hit my tooth with the mic.
I do that all the time. I move it too close and I'm like, bash. Oh, Anthony hasn't eaten yet. Anthony! No. Hi,
It's like
Emerald.
7 o'clock.
I was going to say,
It
it's
is
so
7
late. Got Joe is eating pizza and fries. Oh, my word. Nice. Hi, Emily. How are you? How's motherhood? Well, I am fantastic, thank you. And motherhood is also fantastic.
Are you tired?
I'm very tired, yes. I am very tired. I do not get a lot of sleep, but it's okay because he's quite cute.
and
makes
you,
up
and you
for it.
said babies weren't cute.
I didn't think babies were cute until I had my own baby, and now I think he's the cutest baby in the whole world. Nobody else's baby is cute still, though. I still don't look at other babies and think, oh, that's cute. It's just my baby, I think. We managed to go through all last week without talking about food. You're back 5 minutes and you're talking about food. It's all I know how to talk about. I don't have any other conversations.
My dad was like, "What are you going to talk about?" And I was like,
Food.
Food, motherhood for you, 'cause
Yeah.
you're back. And
That's it. That's the only conversations we can have. This is the only thing I know how to talk about, I think.
yeah,
I don't think I'm capable of
'Cause it's
talking
the
about
only
anything
thing-
other than food.
it's the only thing that you feel like you can keep going, because there's
Yeah.
like a load of food.
Yeah. And I feel like it's something that everyone can talk about. It's quite a level playing field because everyone eats.
If you don't eat,
Do you know what I mean? You can't.
yeah.
You're unlikely to have a conversation with someone who's never eaten anything because they'd be dead.
yeah.
So Esther's okay talking about food. Well, Esther, that's good. Let us know what you. Oh, I was going to say let us know what you had for tea, but you obviously had the same as Hannah, so that's disappointing. Where is Zeph? Zeph is sat at the back at the minute.
And we've got a special guest if
Yeah.
you stay to the end.
If you stay to the end, we will bring him on screen. He is sleeping at the minute. Hopefully he stays like that. That would be nice. We've got Anthony likes food. Nice. Anthony, what are you going to have for your tea? I know you haven't had your tea yet, but what are you going to have? Do you know? Do you have like planned meals? Do you
Yeah.
know what you're going to have for like the week or for the day or?
I should know because it's basically the same every week, apart from Fridays, which is when my dad cooks.
Okay. But other days you like usually know what you're gonna have.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So we always have curry and bolognese every week, and fajitas on
Nice.
Saturday.
Nice.
It has to be Saturday.
Fajita Saturday. Nice. I like it. Why is there a reason it has to be Saturday?
Oh, because we started having it every Saturday, and then someone in our family thinks it has to be every Saturday.
Was that a little side eye at Caleb at the back there? That's
Maybe.
what I saw.
Maybe.
Fair. I mean, some things just work on a Saturday. I can see it. Some things just work.
And it's probably because it takes the longest, because you have to prepare the chicken and the vegetables.
Yeah, and you gotta do all of the wraps and the bits and pieces that go with it. Do you have like sour cream and?
No.
Oh.
So the only thing extra that we have is salsa and Tabasco.
Nice.
And like
Tabasco.
sauces.
Oh my word, that's spicy.
And psycho juice, which is even spicier.
Do you like spicy food?
Yeah. What
Oh my
level are we on
word.
psycho juice? Psycho juice.
What's it
10.
called? Psycho juice.
Psycho juice, yeah. Level 10. We're on level 10.
Level 10 psycho juice. This doesn't sound like a real food. This sounds like some sort of weird game. What?
They
what
have
is
different
it?
levels of spice, and is this ghost pepper?
Psycho juice.
Yeah, ghost pepper.
Ah, ghost pepper hot sauce. How far does it go up to?
10.
10. And you're on 10.
Yeah, I think we had like a pack from like 6
What?
to 10.
Do you eat it as like a challenge, or do you just
No.
eat it because it's nice?
We have it with fajitas because it's nice.
See, I would only ever eat it as like how much of this can I eat? Probably not much because it's very spicy. I wouldn't just be able to eat it.
Fionn had a roast dinner, and then I saw
Nice,
that Fitz
roast
had
dinner.
chicken curry with poppadoms, spring rolls, and samosas.
Oh, that sounds so good.
And then Jackie hasn't eaten.
Oh, I like samosas, you know. I think samosas are very good.
I-
And as
I-
are spring rolls, actually.
I think I've had samosas, but I can't remember.
They're like the little triangle
yeah,
ones.
I
Yeah. Yeah, they're good. What meat did you have with your roast dinner? Is what I want to know, Theon. What's your favourite meat with a roast dinner?
pork probably.
Pork.
It's because it's the like not as dry, because turkey and
Oh.
beef are like quite dry, and like
Hey,
I have to
yeah.
down it in gravy.
See, I would say pork is like my least favourite one.
Actually, duck. I like duck.
Oh, duck is good. Duck on like pancakes with like Chinese pancakes with duck.
Yeah.
They're really good. I like those.
Don't like
Anthony.
gravy.
What? How can you not like gravy?
I actually know quite a lot of people who don't like gravy, and I'm like,
I mean, Max says he does. Well, no, Max doesn't like gravy. It weirds me out. He doesn't put gravy on a roast dinner. It's a bit gross. I wouldn't be able to eat a roast dinner without gravy, I don't think.
I don't think Joe likes it gravy either.
Joe doesn't like gravy either. Oh my word. Are there more people in this chat who don't like gravy than do? Exactly, Jackie. Exactly. I'm a very picky eater. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
And then Fionn had chicken, and it's one of her favourites
Chicken
with
and
lamb. I
lamb.
forgot about lamb, but it's still
Hmm.
quite down there with turkey and beef.
Yeah, turkey is the worst. Why on Christmas does everyone have turkey?
It's so
Because
dry.
turkey is the worst meat. Out of all of them, it is the absolute worst. And I don't understand why at Christmas
thick gravy.
everyone would choose it.
I like dry food.
Oh, fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. Some things I like dry. Some things that are like supposed to be dry, like a cereal bar.
Yeah.
That's okay. Roast dinner.
Wait,
no.
what vegetables did you have?
Oh,
Because it can vary, like carrots, peas.
yeah, broccoli.
broccoli.
Broccoli is the best vegetable.
No, it's not. It's like no.
Do you not like broccoli? Oh, broccoli is my absolute favourite vegetable.
Olives, I can agree with. Tomatoes, I can kind of agree with. But gravy, I can't.
Oh, I love
Gravy.
tomatoes as well. I don't like olives.
I like tomatoes, but then like not my favourite.
Fair. No, I really like tomatoes.
Kara says turkey is the best.
What? No. No.
What? Turkey? Turkey used to be a luxury.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense why people
Like
would have it.
once every year. We smoked green.
Yeah, our faces keep going green on the screen. It's very strange. Don't know why it's happening. Peas are the worst vegetable to ever exist. No, sweet
Caleb
corn.
can agree with that.
Sweet corn is the worst vegetable
it's
to ever
not.
exist. It is. It is.
It's like the
disgusting.
best.
It's disgusting and it shouldn't exist.
Broccoli not broccoli. Brussels sprouts shouldn't exist.
I love Brussels sprouts. Oh, I like basically any veg that's green is good veg. I think.
No.
No.
Broccoli and cauliflower, they basically taste the same. So if I don't like broccoli or cauliflower,
Oh, I like cauliflower. Cauliflower cheese. Do you like cauliflower cheese?
not
No.
really.
Oh. There we go.
Wait,
We've got
do you like?
peas. Oh,
Wait,
my
are
favourite.
potatoes your favourite?
Potatoes?
If your potatoes are your favourite, Caleb is gonna disagree with you.
Oh yeah, Caleb doesn't like potatoes. Max says he doesn't like potatoes, but for someone who doesn't like potatoes, he actually likes all of the potatoes. Like, he says he doesn't like them, but he'll eat a jacket potato, or he'll eat... what he actually doesn't like is mashed potato, but I think he thinks that means he doesn't like potato, but that's not how it works.
In primary, everyone used to be like, oh, I don't like the skin of jacket potatoes. They cut it in
Oh,
half,
the
and then
skin
they
is so good.
and they take out the potato, and I'm like, why?
I did used to do that, to be fair, and now, as an adult, I realise the skin of a jacket potato is actually quite good.
I just cut it up into loads of different things, mix it with the
Yeah.
beans, and then put cheese on it, and then it's like
What do you have on a jacket potato? That's the question.
beans and cheese.
Beans and cheese. I would also have beans and cheese. Max is the sort of person who, this is disgusting, I just need to pre-warn you. On his jacket potato, he will have beans, cheese, tuna with like mayonnaise and chili all together on
Tuna.
one jacket potato.
Tuna and mayonnaise,
How
no.
disgusting is that? Disgusting. Jackie, I don't like tomatoes, sprouts, olives, or sweet corn. I like baby sweet corn though.
And
So-
and Anthony said Brussels sprouts are good raw.
I've never tried a raw Brussels
No.
sprout, if I'm honest. Courgettes and aubergines.
Yeah.
I'll agree with aubergines. I like courgettes.
Courgettes,
But-
just like why it reminds me of cucumber. And when I think of it, because you cook it, why would you cook cucumber? That's just in my mindset. I look at it as cucumber.
I mean, it's a good point. Why would you cook a cucumber? I do get that. That's fair. Right, should we play a game? Should we do it? This game is short stories. So, I think I know how to play it. Do we have an instructions
Yeah.
slide? That's good. So,
That we've condensed the plot lines of popular movies to just 5 words. First, correctly identify the movie using the short stories wins the round.
okay, cool. This seems easy enough.
I think
Hopefully they are actually popular movies.
we've
Because
got
if
an
they're
example.
not, we,
Yeah.
we might struggle.
We've got an example one.
Yeah. So we'll do one.
The girl's feelings lost it.
This girl's feelings
this.
lost it. Well, that's not helpful, is it?
Oh, I know what it is because my brother was trying to explain
Does
it.
it
to
does
me.
it make sense? No, it.
When-
When you
when-
know what it is, does this make sense?
The third word makes sense. So focus on the third word and girls because it's basically about something about a girl.
Anthony.
And then there's 3 girls and
Oh,
2 boys.
Inside
in there.
Out. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, I
Yeah.
got it. I got it. Right. Okay, we've got this.
Okay.
This makes sense. Oh,
You've
you
got it
guys,
more than
you guys,
us.
I was going to say, you guys are much better at this than
Yeah.
me.
When Caleb was doing it.
Okay, Steel Man against Dark Knight.
I think I know this one. I know that I think
I feel like I know
I'm gonna wait a while.
the second bit, but I don't understand the first bit.
I don't want to try to give it away. It's actually I'll give it away. It's a
I was going to say,
superheroes.
is it superheroes?
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Superman versus
this is what I was
Batman.
going to say, but I don't get the whole...
Batman versus Steel Man because he's like the
Steel
man
Man.
Man of Steel, like the Steel Man, like Man of Steel. And then the Dark
Oh.
Knight, obviously.
Yeah, I got the Dark Knight bit, and I just couldn't work out the first bit. There we go. Batman versus Superman.
Yeah. Dawn of Justice.
Dawn of Justice, very specific. Nice. I like it. Oh, you guys got this as well. Well done, guys.
Long time ago in space. I think I've got this one. Space.
I'm pants at this game.
It's space, far away, long time ago. Galaxy.
Oh, obviously.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Oh,
a long time ago.
yeah. Star Wars. Star Wars, nice.
This is actually quite easy.
I was gonna say you
Last
guys are
week's
so
was
good at this.
so hard.
What was last week's game? I don't remember.
Either.
What? Okay, shrunk down, tiny
Oh.
superhero. Okay, I feel like
Yeah.
I've got this one.
Yeah, this one
Yeah,
seems easy.
I feel like if I haven't got this one,
yeah, me
then
too.
I will be disappointed in myself for thinking so clearly that I've got it. Although nobody's commented.
Yes.
There we go. Okay.
I think. Oh, it just shot up.
Ant-Man. Yeah.
I think it's because there's like a
There's like a
lagged.
delay.
Delay.
Yeah. Ant-Man. Yeah. This.
Yeah,
I'm
is
going
what
with
I was
Ant-Man. If
thinking.
it isn't Ant-Man, I will
Then-
be in shock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ant-Man. Nice. Well done, guys.
Hero group versus Modified
twins.
twins. I think I know what this is because it's modified twins, and there's twins in this, but one of the twins sadly goes away. I think. I hope I'm describing the right film. Otherwise, this will be embarrassing.
Are they all superhero films?
I'll give you a clue.
Don't know. Okay.
One of the heroes first thing, CA. So.
Oh,
America.
okay.
And then, yeah, I was thinking of Age of Ultron because the modified twins are Wanda and Pietro.
Oh, do you know, I've not actually seen that film.
Have you not?
No.
It's like one of my favorite
don't
Avengers
think.
films.
I've not seen a lot of the event. I will admit, I've not seen a lot of the Avengers films. Trapped on a red planet.
Why is a red planet in it?
Is Mars the red planet? Is that right?
Oh, I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. It has something to do with potatoes.
It has something to do with potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes. And Esther's, I think Esther's and Jackie's got it.
The
Martian. Because it's about he gets trapped on a planet because he gets flown away when he's trying to go back.
What is it?
It's about like, is it dermatologist? It's some kind of like plant person who gets stuck on Mars and he plants potatoes. He colonizes Mars.
With potatoes?
Yeah.
I feel like I need to watch that. That sounds like a great film. Right, let's see if it is that.
Yeah.
The Martian. Nice.
You think
Well
it's
done,
about
guys.
like an alien, but it's not.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would
Like-
have assumed that it was about an alien. But no, it's just about a guy planting his potatoes. There we go.
He's trapped on there for like,
Matt Damon and he grows potatoes.
yeah.
I feel like I would like to watch a film about Matt Damon growing potatoes. It sounds good.
Unlike, oh,
Unlikely princess lost her shoe.
I think this is quite obvious.
I was going to say, I'm hoping that this is as
Yeah.
obvious as it seems, because if it's not,
Then this-
then
yeah. It all just comes up at the same time. And I'm
yeah,
like, what?
I feel like everyone gets it all at the same time, and so when everyone types, they all just pop up at once. Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Nice.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
my
if
shoe
it's
went
not,
off.
I will be. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Nice.
Why
You shouldn't go hiking. Is this like one of those? What's that film where the guy has to like chop off his own arm?
I don't know. I probably
What's that
it's probably
film?
like a 12, and I've only just become 12.
Oh, what is it? What's that film?
Is it like about the Grand Canyon? I don't know.
No, he
I've-
gets like trapped and then he ends up having to like chop off his own arm or something.
Yeah, like
And I can't think what it's called.
I don't.
But I feel
but
like
I don't-
that's a
yeah.
good reason not to go hiking if it isn't that film. 127 hours, that's what I'm thinking of.
I don't know. I've heard about it, about where someone gets trapped and then they have to cut off their own
Yeah,
arm.
it's basically
I
like
think
the whole
he uses
film
his
is.
teeth.
Yeah, I
to
don't
do
remember
it.
what he uses. Saw a clip on Gogglebox. Nice, love Gogglebox.
Oh,
Oh,
Everest.
Everest.
What?
I haven't
Film
seen. I was
is
going to say I have
that?
not seen Everest. Can we Google Everest? Is it? I'm assuming it's similar
Yeah.
to. Got.
Oh, I've seen that on Netflix.
Oh,
I've seen
There we
like
go.
it come up.
there we
Well,
go. I'd have assumed. I thought it was 127 hours.
I
There you
had no
go.
clue.
Well, If you didn't see it, what is
No.
it? Spoiler
No.
alert, Mary Jane died. Is that true? Mary Jane dies?
Wait, is it?
Does she like come back to life? She's actually dead. Why are you pulling that face? I just assumed that they wouldn't kill off someone like that.
I honestly,
Oh my
I didn't see it,
word.
and I don't know what's going on. I didn't see it.
Oh my word.
Wait, is it that like one of the not Marvel ones? Okay, good. Because otherwise I would
Spider-Man
feel
2.
disappointed in myself. Because I'm
can't
a
believe they would
Spider-Man
kill
fan,
Mary
aka
Jane.
Tom Holland fan. Like I'd be
I
like,
can't believe it.
yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. I've also not seen Spider-Man.
Wait,
be
Mary Jane
honest.
is MJ. Oh, there we
So,
go.
time traveling mutants save themselves.
Oh. I think I know what this is.
I think I know what it is.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, do I know what it is? I don't know now. No, I don't think I do know what it is.
If it's this, oh, they've got it already.
X-Men.
I was gonna do an X and be like X-Men.
Ah.
Abby's even got the full title.
I'm not even, do you know, I don't think I've seen X-Men either. I've not seen a lot of films.
In the MCU.
Yeah.
Wait, is it in
I've
the
not
MCU?
seen-
Oh no, never mind. It's not in the MCU.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen this one either. I feel like I need to watch more superhero films.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot.
Yeah.
Well done, guys.
X-Men.
Well done.
So one.
She won twice. Now
Twice.
propaganda.
She won twice. Now propaganda. I thought that
Well-
said show. I thought that said show. And twice was once.
I don't have a clue.
She won twice. Now propaganda. Oh. No. Oh, I'm actually no.
Oh.
I love the Hunger Games. How did I not get that?
Obviously.
Caleb said I'd love one,
Oh.
and then now, oh yeah, because she wins the Hunger Games twice, and then she
And
becomes
then
the
she-
Mockingjay.
This makes sense.
Oh, I'm actually really
Are you
annoyed at
disappointed in
myself
yourself?
because I didn't even think about Hunger Games.
To be fair, I
actually
didn't
annoyed.
either.
I'm actually annoyed.
Oh, that was quite a good one, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Now I get it because she won the Hunger Games twice.
Yeah. Well, there we go. I enjoyed that game. I feel like I wasn't very good at it because I hadn't seen a lot of the films that are apparently very popular films. But it's okay. At least now I know what films to watch.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of movie
Superheroes.
suggestions. Yeah. Feel like I need to go through them maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Shall we do? We haven't got a song, have we? No.
Do you have a song?
There's no song, is there? Is there a song? I don't know. Let's have a song. Why not? Let's do it.
What's up, ZEKI? Hopefully you're all doing well. If you've been watching ZEKI Online for a while, you'll have known that this term we've been looking at the spiritual discipline or spiritual practice of prayer. And a spiritual practice is literally just something we can do to get to know God or get to know God better. And so we've been looking at this thing that we call prayer. And right at the start I said that prayer is literally just communicating or chatting with God. And so we're going to carry on looking at that tonight. Tonight is going to be our final session. But I just want to do a quick shout out to all the people who have done interviews or talks and shared some information with us about prayer. And hopefully you guys have found that helpful. So let us know in the comments anything that you found really helpful or useful. Let us know any questions that you might still have about prayer, and we'll try and answer those for you as well. But as prayer is a conversation with God or just chatting to God, that means that not only do we talk to God, but He can talk to us, right? That makes sense. That's what a conversation is. If I'm having a conversation with you, I don't just talk at you for hours, but you'll respond and we'll have that kind of conversing. And so it's the same with God in a sense that we can talk to God and give him requests and all that different stuff, but he can also talk to us and we can hear God. And so tonight, that's really what I want to talk about, how we can hear from God. And so I'm super excited because prayer is really good, just to offload on God and share our thoughts with him and get stuff off our chest. But the thing that really impacts us is when we hear from God, and we hear what God is saying, because it allows us to get a new perspective on stuff in life, but also it helps us kind of know what we should be doing and what our purpose is and stuff like that. And so I think when we get to know how we can best hear from God, and when we really look into that, it can be really exciting for your life. So I'm super excited. And perhaps let us know in the comments at the end if this is helpful, but whether you'd want to kind of do more sessions on hearing from God, and how we can do that. But tonight, just a quick overview, specifically kind of hearing from God, but in prayer. So let me just start and say, hearing from God can seem weird, because God is invisible to the eye, and so it can seem a little bit like, yeah, I'm just talking to some being that's out there, and how could they possibly talk to me? And so there's a couple of things that we can do before we talk about how God speaks to us, in terms of a setup that gets you best set up for hearing from God. And so the first thing that I think we can do is be contemplative, contemplate God, or in other words, recognise that God is there. I think that one of the biggest barriers for me when I was a teenager growing up in terms of praying was that God is invisible, right? Like I can't see him, and so it's really awkward trying to have a conversation with somebody that I can't see, and I'm like, well, can they see me, and can I hear them, and stuff like that. And so the thing about that barrier of God being invisible is that we need to constantly remind ourselves that God is there. Because God is everywhere, God can hear you, and God kind of is here, in a sense. It's really confusing and awkward to explain, but God is there. And so to get over the barrier that many of you might have, that I had when I was growing up, of kind of just chatting to myself, or that's what it seemed like, is to keep reminding yourself, or keep contemplating that there is a God, and he is here, and he can hear you when you're praying, and he can also speak to you. And so just keep reminding yourself that. You can remind yourself in your head, you can say it out loud and be like, yeah, God, you're here. But whatever works for you. So that's step number one for the setup. Contemplate that there is a God, and remind yourself that he is there, and he can hear you, and he can talk to you. But I guess the biggest thing for me is to be still. You might think, yeah, that makes sense. Like I need to be quiet and be still so that I can hear God. Like if I'm talking all the time, then obviously I won't hear him. And in a sense that is true. Like we need to stop talking sometimes so that we can let God talk and we can listen. But when I say be still, I don't necessarily mean be quiet. We can be still but have some music on in the background, or we can be still but not necessarily be silent. What I mean when I say be still is to kind of free our minds from the busyness, kind of get rid of all the distractions that are in our head. And here's why. I don't know if any of you have ever done this before, but I do it with Emily all the time. And so we'll be having a conversation, and then it'll kind of almost come to an end, and the telly will be on in the background. And so I'll go back to watching the telly, and then about 5 minutes later, I'll ask her a question, and then I'll get told off because apparently she's already told me and I wasn't listening. And the thing about that is when there's a distraction like the telly, perhaps for you it's the thoughts about kind of the stuff that you've got going on this week, or the busyness of life, that you kind of tend to miss what people are saying. And that's the same with God. When we have all this distraction in our head, all this busyness in our head, when we're so focused on what's going on in our lives this week, we can easily kind of block out God's voice. And so this step is really important, just to be still, to kind of relax, forget about all of the things of earthly life that are going on, kind of push them to one side and say, you know what, God, I'm going to get rid of these distractions and focus purely on you, wherever you are at that moment, whatever time it is of day. But just be still. Recognise that God is there, that he can hear you, and you can hear him, or he can speak to you. And number 2, just get rid of all of the distractions. If that means turning on music for you to help you get in the zone, that's great. If that means turning off music for you so that you're not focusing on kind of the lyrics of songs or the funky beats, then turn that off. If that means for you kind of forgetting about all the stuff that you've got on that week, then do that. But push those distractions out the way so that you can best clearly hear God. He's kind of like a little bit of a radio station, you know, when it's not properly tuned in, it's a bit like fuzzy and you can't hear properly what it's saying. And it's the same with God, and we just need to work out how to tune in best so that we can hear him. And getting rid of distractions is a great way to do that. And so we're set up, kind of. Maybe we'll go into more setup things that we can do at a later date, but those are the main things that I'd say. So we're set up, we know that God is there, and we know that we could hear him when he talks, and we've also got rid of all of the distractions that might get in the way of us hearing from God. So what does God's voice sound like? How do we know it's God speaking? And when we say that we can hear from God, it's probably not a helpful phrase to use, because often God doesn't speak in an audible way, and so I can't necessarily like physically hear his voice. Some people have heard God's voice. It's a very rare thing to hear the voice of God audibly, but it does happen. So yeah, don't neglect that, and don't kind of say that God can't do that. God can speak to you in an audible way, but more often than not, it's in other ways. And so let me just share a few other ways that God can speak to you, because it's really cool, because when you realise these, you might even realise that God's been speaking to you for a while, and you might have just been thinking it's a coincidence, or it's you, or it's something else. So here's the first one. That you might just get an inkling or a feeling. You know, you just get that gut feeling. So maybe, here's the best way, I'll give some examples, because I guess just saying you might get an inkling isn't very helpful. But perhaps you've been praying about some situation and you don't know what to do. You might have found yourself in like a tricky situation, or you've got to make a decision, and you've been praying about it and you've been saying, oh God, I don't know what to do about this. Like, I'm going to go with this, but I'm not sure, blah, blah, blah. And you might just get this feeling that, yeah, this is the right thing to do. You might have made up your mind and you're saying, God, this is what I'm going to do, but I'm not sure. And suddenly you'll just get like a sense of peace. That can be God speaking to you right there. That feeling or that inkling that you should do something, or that feeling of comfort or something like that. And I think often we neglect that as God speaking, and we think, oh, that feels comfortable, so that's obviously kind of like the earth's way of telling me it's the right thing to do or whatever. But actually that's God bringing his comfort and bringing his peace into a situation, because he's speaking to us. And often he speaks to us because he knows that we get kind of, yeah, when I'm comfortable with something, I'm going to do it. And he knows that. And so obviously he brings us comfort to the things that we should do. And so, yeah, that's the first way that we can hear from God. Not necessarily audibly, but when you get a feeling or an inkling, often it can be from God. And then there's ways that you can test to see whether it is of God or not. And ask people's advice, check with the Bible to make sure that kind of biblically it's right. We'll talk about that another day, but obviously if you get this feeling or inkling that God's telling you to go and rob a bank, then it's probably not God. So yeah, because the Bible tells you thou shalt not steal, right? So you always got to test that it's in line with what the Bible says. But yeah, God can speak through giving us feelings and inklings. God can also kind of speak to us, or we can hear God by seeing. That sounds stupid, but by seeing. And often God will give us kind of like visions or pictures. I don't know if any of you have experienced like a church prayer meeting, but often somebody will be praying and they'll say, I think God just showed me a picture of, and then something, and they'll explain what the picture might mean. But yeah, God can often kind of put like an image in our head, you know, when you might just be like imagining stuff, But often when we're praying, God can put a picture or an image in our head that could have meaning. And that again is God speaking to us. And there's this cool bit in the Bible in a section called Jeremiah. And there's this guy Jeremiah, and he's speaking to God. And God says to him, "Look, Jeremiah, what do you see?" And that's really significant because God talks to us not just through kind of audible words, but also through what's going on around us and what we can see. And so God knows that we value vision, and God knows that we value kind of pictures and what we see, and it brings meaning. And so often God puts these pictures or images into our head in a moment. And so you might be sat there just praying about something, and suddenly like a picture, I don't know, maybe it might be a flower or a house or something might pop into your head. And it might not make sense straight away, but just when that happens, ask God, what does that mean, God? Because it could be him. And often he explains that as well. So yeah, that's the second way that you would see stuff. That's how we can hear God. Then another one, almost kind of like the inkling or feeling, but sometimes a thought might pop into your head. And I've had this loads of times, like I've been praying about stuff, I've been asking God questions, and then suddenly like a thought will just pop into my head, or an answer will pop into my head. And it's quite easy for us to go, oh yeah, that's a coincidence, like, oh yeah, I just thought of a great answer there, I'm so clever or whatever. But actually, God knows that we value our thoughts again. Like, God's really personal. He knows what kind of person you are. He knows kind of what stuff you value and what you find helpful. And so God knows that we value our mind and our own opinion and our own thoughts. And so often God will speak to us by putting thoughts into our head, which is really cool. So next time you're praying or asking God questions and something pops into your head, don't just neglect it and think, oh yeah, that's just my mind going wild. But ask God, is that you speaking? Is that you putting thoughts in my head? Is that you speaking to me through my thoughts? Because God can do that. And again, weigh it up with the Bible and make sure kind of it's in line with what the Bible says about stuff. But yeah, God can chat to us through our thoughts, and through the things that pop into our head as well. And then the final thing, and I love this, is answered prayer. You might have been praying for so long, and God can answer prayers, and he does answer prayers, and you might be thinking, well, that's not God speaking, that's God doing stuff. But here's the cool thing. So in the Bible, the word for hear, like hearing God, or for listening, is kind of translated as shema. That's the word they use for hear. But shema in those times didn't just mean simply kind of like audibly hearing something, but shema was also used to say pay attention to something. And so kind of they would use the word shema as in like listen. They would use the word shema as in like hear these words, but they would also use shema as in pay attention to this thing. And so when we're praying, we shouldn't just kind of speak to God and then sit quiet and listen. Like, we should do that as well, but we should also pay attention to the things that God is doing. And you might think, well, I don't know what God is doing, so how can I pay attention to that? Well, you're praying some pretty great prayers, like we heard Harvey speak about last week, to pray big prayers and to keep praying those prayers for things to happen. Well, God is doing stuff in the background when you're praying those prayers. And so get a journal, whatever it is, a notebook, maybe it's your notes on your phone, and write down the prayers that you pray to God, and just occasionally flick back through them and see if he's answered any. Because often, like, God will answer prayers. I mean, God does answer prayers, and he's answered so many in my life. And that is the way that God speaks to us, and we can hear from God because he's answered prayers. And so we might have prayed something like, oh God, I pray that you would get me a new job or whatever. And so that kind of prayer just gets put in my phone, and months later I might go back to it and I've got a new job, and that's God speaking to me because he said, yeah, you can have a new job. And so it's really cool. So don't only just think about hearing from God as inaudible, but we can have inklings or feelings in our gut. And so weigh it up and just say, God, is that you? We can also see pictures or visions in our head, or thoughts can pop into our head, and that can be God as well. and also God can answer our prayer. So pay attention. Don't just listen with our ears, but pay attention to what God is doing. So hopefully that stuff is helpful. Hopefully it's given you a few tips about how to hear from God. Maybe it's made you realise that you've been hearing from God for a while, but because it wasn't an audible voice, you weren't sure. But God does talk, and it's really cool. And it's really cool that he does it in a personal way that works for you. Like if you're quite a creative person, you might find that often he gives you kind of more of the pictures or visions and you see things. Maybe if you're quite like a logistical person, that thoughts will pop into your head or ideas will pop into your head. And it's really cool how personal God is when he speaks to us. But yeah, hopefully that's been helpful. Get in the comments and let us know if you want to know more about hearing from God and if it's something you'd be interested in. We'd love to work with you personally as well to find out how you personally best hear from God. And so if you want to do that, then get in touch again. There's contact details which the guys will put down on the end of this. There'll be like a little banner at the bottom. So yeah, get in touch or DM us on any of our socials, and we'd love to help you out hearing from God, because it can transform your life, and it's amazing when you hear from God because he gives you so much purpose and he gives you so much new perspective in different situations. So yeah, guys, be blessed. Hopefully you've really enjoyed this series on prayer and the spiritual practice, and hopefully it's really benefited your spiritual journey as well. So hopefully you're getting to know God better and stuff like that. But yeah, catch you soon, guys.
Nice. There we go.
Nice.
And like Max said, if you guys have questions or if you want to know, well, I guess that is a question. If you want to know something, that would be a question, wouldn't it? If you've got questions, if you just want to chat about prayer, if you want someone to pray with you, then yeah, let us know in these ones here. Email or DM us. Let us know. We would love to chat with you guys now that we're allowed to meet up. We would love to meet up with you guys and chat through some stuff. So yeah, let us know. And yeah, Jackie, you are right. Prayer is amazing. We're also going to go, the comment before says, Hannah, can you stand up so we can see your cool top? Here is Hannah's cool top. Grow kindness.
Got like
That is good advice. I like that. And it's got, what's it got on it?
a cheetah.
Cheetahs. Nice. Nice. Right, should we special guest it? He's probably about to cry because he's gone to Daddy and he always cries for Daddy. Let's see. Here he is. Da, 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 da. That was like a little Lion King moment. Here he is. I was going to say, well, where's the camera? There he is. Fast asleep, bless him. Yeah, with his duty haircut. It looks like we've spiked it up. I promise we haven't. That's just what his head looks like. I was going to say. You just... Yeah, there we go. Oh, I was going to say... Oh, we're going to take him away now because he's just pooed. So we'll go and sort out that situation. Oh dear. There we go.
Yes, Jackie, I do agree. He is cute.
I can't disagree with you there. I do agree. He is very, very cute. Yes, he is. Even when he poos in public. Which I've realised since having a baby, babies are actually gross, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like, they just poo and then they just lie in it. Like, they don't even care. They're just like, yeah, whatever.
But then when it does get, they have been in it a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And you haven't realised they do start to cry.
Oh, yeah. Eventually they
"Ugh."
cry, but it is weird that for a while, they're just okay with
Does
it.
it like squidge all around, like everywhere if they've been in it for a while?
We haven't had like a horrendous situation. We've had it like on his legs. We've had,
Oh, I have a question.
we've had that.
Has he peed on any of you when you've been changing
He
him?
has peed on both me and Max multiple times, as well as every single midwife who has ever weighed him. He has weed on them all. He also, when he was first born, pooed all over Max, all over his trousers. When he was first born, it was quite funny. Max had to get changed because he was covered in baby poo. So yeah, he did good. I thought it was funny.
Yes, he didn't do it on you.
Exactly. I didn't get it.
It's funny when it's not you, but then
Exactly.
as soon as it's you,
Yeah.
you're like,
If it had been
why
me,
did I laugh then? Now
yeah.
they're laughing at me.
If it had been me, I don't think I would have been very happy. But seeing as it was Max, I thought it was quite funny. Yeah. Well, there we go. We're 5 minutes early.
Shall we talk about food again?
I was gonna say this has never happened. We're never early for anything. 5 minutes early.
5-0.
Right. We will talk about food again. Pudding. Do you have pudding with your dinner?
Yes. Yogurt.
Do you?
A yogurt tube.
Oh, like a froob?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And
I
then
like fruits.
sometimes on Saturdays and sometimes we just have like something else. One time, I think it was a Sunday, me and Abby was walking the dog and Esther went to Asda and she got stuff like ice cream and like stuff to put on ice cream.
Nice.
And then we did like a big ice cream thing on the Sunday night and the Tuesday night. No, Sunday night and the Monday night.
Nice. Oh, that sounds good. I'm only asking because I've got some apple pies and some custard at home, and I feel like I would like to eat an apple pie and some custard when I get home. So I was just
Is it the
thinking,
brambly apple pie one?
It
Like
is.
Mr.
It's
Kipling?
like a little ones.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
get like a pack.
yeah.
We've got Fitz. There will be an explosion. Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
Jackie doesn't like ice cream.
What?
Ice cream. Is
What's
it because
wrong
it makes
with
your
ice
teeth
cream?
like cold, or is it just because you don't like it for
Is
another
there, I was gonna
reason?
say, is there like an actual taste of it that you don't like?
Because if you
'Cause
say
it's
you don't like
different
the taste, yeah,
flavours.
there's different flavors.
Yeah, there's options. It's a very like versatile
Yeah.
food, isn't it? There's a lot of different options.
There's a lot. There's
Yeah.
like mint, bubblegum, marshmallow,
Oh, marshmallow. That is good. And bubblegum actually.
honeycomb. No, I don't like ice cream or anything like that. Why? Yeah, they use their front two teeth.
Oh no.
Well, no, Abigail does that.
Oh, it's making
And
me
then
go weird
Caleb
just thinking
thinks-
about it.
I can't.
Oh
and I
no.
can't put it at the back. Like, it's just no. It's to be lit.
Yeah.
It has to be lit. I can take a big bit of it with my tongue and then swallow it, but I can't bite it off.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah.
And then when it does accidentally hit my teeth, it's like. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Right. There we go. I think we've made it to the time. We've made it to finishing time. Can't believe we finished early. It never
No.
happens. So we will leave you guys to it. Have a fantastic week. And we will
Bye.
see you next week. Is next week our last one? Have I got that right? So next week is our last one before half term.
I think it's a
And
quiz.
so I think that means that we are doing a quiz.
It doesn't. This term doesn't
I
feel
think
like
that
it's
means
long.
we're
It's
doing a
only
quiz.
this term's only felt like 2 weeks, and that is
It has gone
It's
quite
gone
quick.
fast.
I have, yeah.
It-
In fact, yeah. This term has gone very quick. It feels like a very long time ago. I don't know what I'm saying. What word? Not a very long time ago. That's the right words. I didn't have a baby at Easter. That's right. He is 2 weeks today. 2 weeks old. There we go. Right. We will see you guys next week for our final one of the term. Have a great week, you guys. And we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.